going to be a lot of litigation in Ian over wind versus flood. I know that a lot of people suffered flood damage that only came up maybe 4 or 6 feet in the house, but they had additional damage from rain, which came in, right? Came down. What is flood? Flood is rising water. Rain coming down into the house is a covered peril under wind. I am hearing from a lot of people on the ground that insurance companies who covers the wind portion are denying claims, saying everything is flood. Everything is flood. Well, not everything is flood. The best thing you can do is take lots and lots of pictures, videos, and document to prove what is not flood and what is flood. If you can have evidence that separates the two, you're more likely to get paid and get paid faster. But you need that evidence. The state of Florida has a lot of statutes on what an adjuster is supposed to do and how they are supposed to communicate with you. If you send an adjuster an email or place them a phone call, they only have so many days to respond back. They should be responding quickly and promptly. The best thing I can tell you that you can do is keep a log. Keep a log of every time you called, what time you called, the number you called, what transpired during that call. Did you leave a voice message? Did you leave a message with someone else? Who did you leave the message with? All of that information can be very helpful later on, especially if you wind up having to litigate the case. Listen, I hope you don't have to litigate. I don't want you to litigate. But if you do have to litigate, you need to have yourself in the best possible position to prove your case and to get what you're rightly owed. So keep a list, keep a log, be consistent with your communications, and don't ever threaten them, all right? Listen, you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And if you email them, keep up with your emails, the dates, timestamps, all of those things are very important because, like I said, they may have violated the Florida statutes by not responding to you promptly within the time frames allowed by the statute. I want to talk to you just for a second about public adjusters. I know that the representatives from the Department of Financial Services has been stomping grounds talking about public adjusters and contractors and how horrible they are and they take advantage of people and this and that and the other. So what's the real skinny on public adjusters? Listen, just like every industry, there's the good and there's the bad, right? Public adjusting industry is no different than any other industry. I was a public adjuster for 12 years before I became an attorney. And I can tell you that I am not Locust. I was not taking advantage of people, and most public adjusters that I know now do not. They're very helpful to you. The carrier has their adjuster. Don't you think you should have one too? Well, who is your adjuster? Your adjuster is a public insurance adjuster. You should have a FAPIA, Florida Association of Public Insured Adjuster. FAPIA can give you some great names of some wonderful public adjusters out there. You should be using them. You will get paid properly in almost every instance if you have a public adjuster. You need someone who can look at your policy, interpret those coverages for you, who can take your damages that you have and document them properly, put them in a proper scope using Xactimate, and then present it all to the carrier in a form that the carrier will pay you. Don't try to do it on your own because you're not going to be able to. I know you think you're smart. I know you had a great successful career and that's why you now live in Florida year round. It's because you have all this money and you were successful and you're smart. But you're not smart in insurance. They're smarter than you are. And they will take advantage of you. They're not there to pay you. If they were, they would have done it the first time. Use a public adjuster. That public adjuster can help you. And that public adjuster can make sure that what happens is you get a fair shake from the insurance company. The statutes changed in 2021, which do allow contractors to explain to the insurance company the damages and their scope, but that is all. A roofer cannot interpret policy and talk coverages with your insurance company. There's only 2 licensed professionals in the state of Florida that can do that. That is a licensed Florida public insurance adjuster and an attorney. And if you're not getting paid properly, or you feel like the insurance company is not treating you fairly, you should hire a public adjuster or an attorney to help you. But your roofer, he can't do that. He's there only for damages and the costs. You may be in a position to where you have suffered damages from Ian, but maybe your insurance company hasn't been able to get to you yet, or they told you to wait before you take any of the damaged property out because they want to send someone else out. And now suddenly you're starting to see all this mold grow in your home. Document it, all right? Document it. There is a lot of information out there called ensuing loss, and some of the policies will cover ensuing loss in certain circumstances. Most of your policies should have some mold coverage. While it may be limited, because you're now seeing mold, it means that you may can get additional money. But you should make every effort to protect the property from further damages, okay? So put tarps on your roofs, stop water from coming in, and try to put fans in to dry it out. Open the windows, do something so that you can have an argument with the carrier that says, no, I just didn't let it sit there. I tried to do things to keep the mold from happening, but it just happened because Ian was a month and a half ago and you didn't get out here in time, or I couldn't get a contractor to come in and do anything. So now I have additional damages. Document it. Number one, document. And then do what you can to prevent further damages.